All right, so today we're diving into an absolute classic from Isaac Asimov, Pebble in the Sky. And it's all built on a premise that's so simple, it's kind of terrifying. Imagine this. What if you took one step right now in your own time, but your foot landed tens of thousands of years in the future? Yeah, that single tiny step is what throws a totally ordinary guy right into the middle of a galactic conspiracy with the lives of billions hanging in the balance.
I mean, that's literally it. The entire story, everything hinges on this one single impossible moment. You've got a guy walking down a street he's known his whole life. He lifts his foot, and before he can put it back down, his entire universe just vanishes. Talk about a hook, right? It just yanks you straight into the heart of the mystery.
So, who is this guy who literally stumbles through time? Well, he's about the most unlikely hero you could ever imagine. His name is Joseph Schwartz, and we're about to find out how a simple tailor from 1949 accidentally becomes the most important man in the entire galaxy.
You know, what really makes this story so compelling is just how normal Schwartz is. He's not some action hero. He's a retired tailor in Chicago. He's happy, he loves his family, he's just enjoying the quiet comfort of getting older. I mean, he's literally walking down the street, quoting a poem to himself, thinking about his grandson, and he has absolutely no clue that he is just seconds away from an event that's going to obliterate his entire world.
And the shock is just instantaneous. 1 second, he's on a familiar concrete sidewalk on a hot summer day. The very next, bam, he's sitting on overgrown grass, and it's autumn. The houses he knew, gone. The season itself has changed. He has no idea what happened. Think about that. He didn't move, but the entire world around him jumped tens of thousands of years into the future.
So while Schwartz is just trying to process this impossible situation, the story kind of pulls back and shows us the bigger picture of the world he's landed in. And it's not a pretty sight. This future Earth is a radioactive pariah, basically an isolated backwater in this massive galactic empire that looks at anyone from Earth with just total contempt.
And if you want to know just how harsh this new Earth is, you only need to know about one single brutal custom. On this overpopulated, resource-starved planet, when you hit the age of 60, that's it. You have to undergo euthanasia. It's just called the 60. And this one grim ritual tells you everything you need to know about how desperate things have become. And as you can imagine, this creates a massive chip on everyone's shoulder. On one hand, you have the Galactic Empire, who just see the people of Earth as, well, as degenerate inferiors. But on the other hand, you have the Earthmen, like the scientist Shekt, who feel that rejection deep down in their bones. And it breeds this quiet, simmering resentment that just permeates their entire society. Now, right into this tense, hate-filled situation walks our second major character, Arvardan. He's an archaeologist from a really prestigious imperial planet, and he shows up with a theory that is so wild, it's pretty much blasphemy. He actually believes that this radioactive dump of a planet, Earth, is the original home of all humanity. And his search for proof? Well, it's going to land him right in the thick of all this animosity. So while Arvardan is busy digging for clues about the past, there's a fanatical group on Earth that's plotting a terrifying future. There's a secret rebellion brewing under the surface, and its whole purpose is to get some terrible, final revenge on the galaxy that has rejected them for so long. And let me tell you, the Zealots' plan is both audacious and absolutely horrifying. So first, they're using this device called a Synapsifier to basically create super geniuses overnight. Then, with all that newfound brainpower, they manage to isolate a deadly virus from Earth's radioactive soil. And the final step? They engineer it into a biological weapon that, and this is key, only targets people who aren't from Earth. Their goal isn't just rebellion, you guys. It's straight-up galactic genocide.
And this, right here, is where our poor time-traveling tailor gets dragged back into the story. Schwartz, he can't speak the language, he's totally confused, so everyone just thinks he's some kind of simpleton, and they mistake him for a volunteer for their Synapsifier experiment. The procedure works, but wow. It works beyond anyone's wildest dreams. Not only does it instantly teach him the language, it awakens a terrifyingly powerful mental ability he never knew he had. Okay, so now all the pieces are on the board, right? You've got Schwartz, the man out of time who now has this secret, incredible power. You've got Arvardan, the archaeologist who's just trying to uncover the truth. And you've got this rebellion poised to unleash a plague.
All three of these separate stories are now on a collision course, and they're about to crash into each other in the city of Chika. And it all just explodes in this perfect storm of bad timing and misunderstandings. So, Schwartz manages to escape and is just trying to figure out how to get some food. Arvardan happens to be there observing the locals and spots this very strange-looking man. Then Pola, the scientist's daughter, shows up looking for Schwartz. Suddenly, a citywide panic over a supposed plague erupts, trapping all three of them together. It all ends with Arvardan, an Imperial citizen, getting arrested for stepping in to defend an Earthwoman. Just chaos. And this right here, this quote from a couple of panicked cabbies, this is the tiny spark that ignites the whole fire. Their paranoia that Schwartz has radiation fever, this really deadly, fast-acting disease, is what triggers the entire citywide panic. It gets the store locked down, it traps our heroes together, and it basically sets the stage for the entire final act. All right, this brings us to the final act. All of our heroes are now prisoners of the rebellion. And it's here that they finally learn the full, horrifying truth about the plot. Suddenly, the fate of the entire galaxy rests on the shoulders of one very confused tailor from 1949. No pressure, right? So that's the big question, isn't it? What can one man possibly do? I mean, sure, Schwartz has this incredible new mental power, but he's up against a whole organization of fanatics who are literally days away from launching their attack. The situation looks... well, it looks completely hopeless.
The guy behind it all is named Balkus. He's the secretary to the High Minister, and he basically embodies centuries of Earth's built-up resentment. And the scary part is, he doesn't see his genocidal plan as evil. Not at all. To him, it's righteous vengeance. It's a completely justified act to reclaim Earth's rightful place in the galaxy. You can't reason with a guy like that.
So, the climax of this whole story, it's not a big fist fight or some flashy blaster battle. Nope. It's a silent, completely invisible war fought inside a single person's head. Schwartz unleashes his new mental power and tries to literally seize control of Balkus's mind and body. But he's fighting against a brilliant, fanatical intellect that is pushing back with everything it has. And he does it. He actually succeeds. In this incredible display of mental strength, Schwartz basically turns Belkis into his own puppet. He forces the rebel leader to walk them right out of the stronghold, get them into a car, and drive them towards safety. And the whole time, Schwartz is digging through Belkis' mind, searching for that one critical piece of information, the location of the virus. Using the information he ripped from Balkus's mind, Schwartz manages to guide an Imperial pilot to destroy the temple where the virus was stored, with just hours to spare. And just like that, the rebellion is over. In the aftermath, a shocked Empire actually starts helping Earth, shipping in healthy soil to restore the planet. Arvardan's theory is proven right. And for the first time in thousands of years, Earth actually has some hope. And that brings us right back to that poem from the beginning. Joseph Schwartz, the man who was quietly content, thinking his best days were behind him, takes one wrong step and ends up becoming the savior of the entire human race. He loses the chance to have his own peaceful old age, but in doing so, he makes sure that for billions and billions of other people, the best really is yet to be. What an incredible, mind-bending journey.